Finding a comfortable posture, can be seated or standing, even lying, and taking a few moments to bringing the attention inward. Noticing the sensations of touch, if the ground and the chair, or whatever you are resting upon. And noticing how you are doing. How you are doing this morning. How is the inner weather? And sometimes the inner weather correlates with the outer weather, and sometimes it doesn't. And that can be interesting to observe as well. So, taking a few moments to notice how's the mind and how's the body. Without wanting anything to be changed. There's no need to do anything. This is a moment to be and to rest. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve. Being here in this precious moment of time. And when you're ready, bringing the awareness to sounds, noticing sounds from in the room, sounds from my voice, sounds from outside the room, from close and from far. noticing as the sounds enter the awareness and disappear again. And maybe you'll be noticing after a while that there is a sort of labeling, like these are birds or this is traffic, and also judging and liking and disliking birds. I like it, and traffic, I don't like it. And that's perfectly normal and natural. But if this is the case, you might want to move a step further and simply listen to the pure essence of the sound. How loud is it? How long? Is there melody or rhythm? And from time to time, you might be noticing that the mind is wandering. It's going into the future, into the past. And if that's the case, you can gently bring it back to listening. Also observing the effect that certain sounds have on your nervous system. Not so much hunting for sounds, but receiving sounds with a receptive attitude, exploring them. Can you listen with curiosity to sounds? What happens when you listen like that? And now taking a slightly deeper breath, letting sounds disappear in awareness and bringing awareness to thinking. So until now, the instructions were to let go of the thinking and coming back to sounds. And now the suggestion would be to explore sounds with the same receptive attitude as they come and go. They enter awareness. Sometimes they produce some emotions or physical sensations and disappear again. And so exploring those sounds, those thoughts, but not the content of the thinking, the process of thinking itself. Seeing when a thought appears in awareness, lingers a while and disappears again. And perhaps when you try to focus on thoughts, you don't notice any. Perhaps it seems like the head is empty. And if that's the case, you can enjoy that for a moment, knowing that it will come back and that already the thought that there is no thought is a thought. And maybe the image of awareness like a big, vast sky and thoughts like clouds passing through the sky could be helpful. Sometimes those thought clouds are white and fluffy, sometimes big, heavy and gray. Sometimes it's a blue sky, and there are hardly any. Not getting lost in thinking, but seeing it, seeing the process of thinking, stepping back in the mind. And maybe noticing the difference between pleasant thoughts that might bring about some pleasant emotions or physical sensations. And there might be the tendency to keep them a little longer. And then unpleasant thoughts, there might be the tendency to push them away or to start analyzing, trying to problem solve, maybe bringing some unpleasant feelings and body sensations. And then letting go of thinking and choosing an anchor of your choice, or resting in what we call choiceless awareness. So paying attention to whatever comes up, thoughts or feelings, body sensations, the breathing, sounds. So choosing what's helpful for you right now. If the mind is very busy, it can be helpful to choose an anchor like the breath or going back to sounds. And if it's a bit more spacious, you could try out the choiceless awareness. And where's your mind right now? Can you bring it back to where you intended it to be? Without judging yourself. Resting in awareness, being, and noticing when the doing comes in and the body tenses up as a result of thinking and doing in the mind. And then relaxing back into being, dropping the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, maybe even bringing a gentle smile to the lips as a way of embodying a sense of wakefulness and friendliness towards whatever comes and towards yourself. And now see if there is a movement that would be helpful for your body as a way of transitioning out of the meditation and back into the busyness of life. Maybe some gentle shoulder rolls or a stretch. And remembering that, as John Kabat-Zinn likes to say it, life is the meditation, so that the next moment can be met with the same quality of awareness as this moment. And you can carry it into the rest of your day. And then gently bringing this formal part of the meditation to a close.